right, three, two, boop. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Lost Boys podcast. This is the Ghost Tea, and the reason I'm doing an introduction at all tonight is because it is just me. So if I didn't do an introduction, I couldn't really start the show talking in the conversation without it sounding insane because I would be talking to myself, which I do, and I am sort of doing that now. I guess that's sort of what a show, if you're doing a solo show in general, and that's to all the solo podcasters out there and solo other people's, like the other people's who do's like all the other stuff like that, like podcasts and other stuff, like talking somehow or doing something where they're using their words. If they're doing it by themselves, it's kind of crazy. Even if they know that someone might listen, might at some point in the future. Anyway, enough said about that. What are we? What's happening? What is going on right now? Oh, it's the Ghost Tea show, I suppose, because Tack decided to be a good father, pussy, and take his family on vacation or something. So the show is mine now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I didn't really plan anything out whatsoever. I didn't even have any kind of notes that I was gonna do for the regular show with Tack because I did not. I don't know. There were a couple things that happened throughout the week. It was a busy week. I will say we went camping this last weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We go to a Yogi Bear campground, and it's usually times out. My youngest daughter's birthday is late May, so Memorial Day sometimes times perfectly. So we celebrate on that weekend, and she likes to go camping. We like to go camping. So it was a Memorial Day slash birthday celebration, and we had a good time. It was fun. We made the best of it, but it was rainy, so there was a downside, and it was definitely the rain. We were up there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Came home Monday, so a little bit of time there Monday, but not much. But all Saturday, it pretty much rained. The birthday celebration was planned for Sunday, so that still worked out. It rained a little on and off here and there, but it was, for the most part, pretty clear. A little cloudy, but at least it wasn't rainy. So we had a good time, though. Found plenty to do. Kids are still in their element up there. They have a blast. I think it's the Independence at this point where it's a pretty safe campground. I don't. We've been going there for a long, long time, and we know the people go there. All friends and family were all up there too at the same time. So they were just roaming around. The kids love roaming around. It's the Independence. They finally feel a little free. They're getting a little older, and that's how life works. You have kids, they get older. It's really all you can say about that. That's what they do. That's how they play the game. You get older too. It's part of the life. Facts of life. With Blair and the other one too, the big one. Big up. She's not as big, I don't think. But it doesn't matter. That might have been Blair. I really never watched the Facts of Life, so that I could not answer for you. Facts of Life. My boss mentioned today that I should actually watch Mad Max Fury Road. I saw the first Mad Max when I was like a kid, so I don't know, but Mad Max Fury Road and Sucker Punch, which I realized after getting home that I do actually have both of those. I just never watched them yet, so they are in reserve, but they're on the list, which is an increasingly insanely large list at this point, which I will never get through. unless I retire early and then I can just sit and watch movies, would be nice. But doubt is creeping in. I don't think that's going to happen. So not to worry, not to worry. I'll see some of these movies. Sucker Punch, there's something about that. I heard other good things. There's reason I have it, but I just don't recall what the reason is. So I'm going to check that one out. Other than that, what? James Bond came out? Did you play that? No. No. I didn't play that. But it seems like it's overhyped. And I saw one of these videos where they're proving that the game is just an on rails kind of game where you don't even really play. I guess he was in a car chase or something, and he just held in the accelerate button on his controller. He's just holding it out, and he completed the mission, I think, with no problem. He was just going right down the road. Whenever a turn came up, the road just happened to turn that way. It was, I don't know, kind of disappointing when games get like that. That's why there is more hype building for Grand Theft Auto, and for good reason. And I'll tell you what, I don't know. I wanted to ask Tack this, so I'm asking the world this right now. Tack, feel free to answer. But I haven't excessively searched. I haven't searched it out at all. But I started getting some GTA 6, like behind the scenes, talking about the leak stuff about GTA 5, uh, just random just stuff about GTA on my TikTok. So there might have been one or two that I did watch, and I know even when I'm browsing through TikTok, I stop at a video and I realize if it's something I don't like always watch, like I've been watching more audit type videos, First Amendment audit type videos, and then I've been watching some storage wars type videos lately, and of course like Arc Raider stuff. I always have some Arc Raider stuff in there. I'm still playing Arc Raider, still liking the game, but I won't talk about that. I've been talking about it for the last 12 months, I think. But anyway, so I've been noticing though. I watched maybe one, two video, but they just popped up randomly, a bunch it seems at a time. Grand Theft Auto stuff, just somehow related. It might go into the nostalgia of the series. It might go into behind the scenes GTA 5 stuff. It might go into GTA 6 news or leaks. And now it's ramping up. So it's the algorithms got me. So I know it's on me, but I want to know if others have started seeing any little hints of GTA 6 stuff popping up, because this, marketing wise, what better way to, of course, start their marketing campaign, which is set to start this summer. We're still waiting for trailer number 3, or is it 2? I don't know. Whichever. I don't. I guess it's 3. I think, right? Is trailer 3 coming up? Whatever. But I think that might be somehow their marketing campaign. They're just getting these videos pushed out there. I know hype will be building anyway because people were getting closer and closer. They just announced recently that in the conference call or whatever it is, the financial calls that they make, the Take Two, they announced that it is still on schedule. So that was big news for a half a day, where people were excited that it was not getting another delay. It didn't seem likely anyway. So maybe that started up the wave of GTA 6 algorithms or what, but as I was getting more and more of these videos, the thought just hit me. I mean, look, what better way to market than start with that kind of stuff? Shorts, freaking TikToks. Start getting the name out there at all. They always had brilliant marketing. If you're aware or not, GTA 1, maybe it was 3 too. I don't know, but they were getting pushback how controversial this game was, and how dangerous it is for kids to play a game such as this. So it could really be 1 or 3. I know for sure. I think it was 3 because that's the one they were really trying to push. But they were purposely kind of feeding into the hate groups and giving them kind of a platform, getting it out there. They were purposely putting articles in, or at least pushing the word of how bad this game was, because they know, as you know, in psychology, it's just one of those things that negative negative feedback is still feedback, and it's still going to get attention. In fact, a lot of times negative news and people having protests, that's just what sparks the interest. So whether it was for GTA 1 or GTA 3, brilliant move. And I know there was like that Jack Thompson guy who was really like trying to start legislature against it, laws. I'm just gonna say laws. He was starting laws and shit like that, trying to get stuff pushed. I don't know, but they're feeding into the controversy. I'm not saying this is controversial at all. It's positive so far, everything I've seen, but they're just pushing into new ways of marketing. So I'm just saying their marketing always pretty decent. Always pretty decent. Ah, what else? I said I'm watching Storage War videos, not like Storage Wars the show, but just there's tons of TikToks out there, people just buying storage units. Had me thinking, yo, maybe I should buy a storage unit. I'm thinking maybe I should do that. It makes sense, right? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's the stupidest thing in the world. It's not, but it's interesting. If you got the time and money, or you got nothing else to lose, or whatever the fuck, it can be fun. I like going to like yard sales and stuff here and there. So you look for stuff that's like, oh shit, I can't believe they have this. It's kind of a treasure hunt. Like you can't expect much, but when you do find something, it could be like whoa. Um, so whatever, I don't know, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna buy one. I'm not gonna buy one. I don't think I'm there yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Um, there was some other movie news that was brewing in my mind. Can I think of it? I can't. That's the problem with my brain, is that it does not bring forth the thoughts when I need them. It really, really fails at that a lot. And for that, brain, I'm disappointed in you. I think he's telling me he's disappointed too. I can hear it, but he can't really vocalize. So, yes, we're all disappointed in me for thinking, or not thinking, I guess would be more apropos. Apropos, brain. Now you're making me fuck up again. Ap, apropos. 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 It doesn't really even matter, really. I mean, I say it apropos pro. So Apple Pro. It's the Apple Pro iBrain, which don't look that up. That's a bad comedy skit, the iBrain. Those who know might know, but those who don't just won't, so it doesn't matter. What else are we up to tonight? We are not up to anything. It is Thursday night. We are maxing and relaxing. Speaking of daughters, I actually just returned not long before the show back from my oldest's graduation ceremony. And no, not high school. They do graduation ceremonies practically every grade now. And it's kind of, I don't know. It's cute for them, I guess, but I don't know what kind of expectation in their mind and what this does psychologically to them. We had nothing like this. Our 12th grade high school graduation was, that's it. That's all we had. My youngest had a kindergarten graduation. Okay. And now my oldest is having a elementary school graduation, which I can't. I really was trying to think. My parents are sure that I didn't either, but I can't even remember what they did for us or what happened. We were just happy to get the hell out of elementary school. I think so. It wasn't a thing at all, and teachers didn't care. No one cared. We didn't care. Whatever. I mean, it's a change. It's a big change. You get lockers now. You got to go to classes. So there's differences. I'm not downplaying that, but it certainly wasn't a giant celebration where they did actually walk the stage and they got not diplomas, just a little certificate thing and like a memory book with pictures of the class. It was pretty nice for the kids. Um, and my daughter certainly teared up a little having to leave her school, but it's not that bad. She's gonna be with all her same friends, and but the change hits. So then you got to do the fatherly thing and comfort and encourage and try to make laugh. I mean, that's sort of the main thing there. Got a couple chuckles out, so I did my part. I think that's about it. I don't know, and more power to her. She'll do great. There's changes like that all the time, but that's life. Today on Dun Dun Dun, Ghost Talk. So thank you. Why don't you sit right up and sit on the couch? How old are you? All right. So anyway, movie wise, there was still a movie. Was it Mortal Kombat? No, I think we talked about Mortal Kombat. Was it Toy Story 5? Are we interested in Toy Story 5 at all? My kids are already starting to get hype on that. Not that interested personally. I'm hyped to go see the new Scary Movie whenever that drops because well, me and my wife, we're of the perfect age. We grew up with those movies. Those movies were great when they came out, and it was sad when that style of humor in general just kind of went away or got canceled by a certain group that has just been disappointing. But it's coming back. It really is. The tides are a shifting. I know a couple weeks back we were talking about the Kevin Hart roast, and I did not watch the whole thing. I saw a couple clips here and there. Tack was saying he did watch the whole thing. It was funny. There was some controversy just this past week. I guess Chelsea Handler's going out bitching and complaining and doing her virtue signaling about the uh, the content of Shane Gillis and Tony Hinchcliffe. Hincliffe? I'm really bad with names, people. Okay, let's just move past it. But she was out there bitching and causing a stink for that. Shane came out with a good comment saying, "I'm glad she's capitalizing on this because she's like dissing Shane and Tony the whole time." Um, Very bitter woman, it seems. Very, very, very bitter. But yeah, Shane and them came back and they were laughing about it, and making the best of the situation. But it got me curious, so I did go back and I maybe have like 30, 40 minutes left, but I've been watching through some of it. And yeah, I thought so far everyone had some good shit. There are a couple flops here and there, a couple weird choices for comedian first off, and just odd what they chose to do. But I'm digging it. Cat Williams came out there killing it. Everyone actually had at least a joke or two, I think, that I chuckled at. So um, it's good. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I would recommend it. Good all around. The roasts, but that just goes to say. See, now I'm back on the train of thought. See, Lost Boys is not so lost tonight. I'm on track. Wait, what was I talking about? Tony Hinchcliffe? Tony Hincliffe? Tony Hinckliffe? Tony Hinklage? Peter Hinklage? Um, that sort of comedy. All right, it's coming back where people aren't worried about getting canceled as much. You got this type of comedy which people are responding to in positive ways because it's funny as fuck. And there was even a joke. I think Cheryl Underwood said it something about thanks for bringing a retard and fag back to comedy. We needed it or something like that. And it's true. I mean, so what? It's freedom of speech. That's what made comedy great. Go back and listen to the freaking George Carlin back when he was out. His whole biggest hit first bit was the curse words you can't say on TV. shit, piss, cock, fit, motherfucker, cunt, bitch, ass, whatever it is. I used to have that memorized. So I don't know. And now we got like scary movie type of movies coming out, which don't really seem to care about who they're offending, and that's what's up. Offend both sides. Just that's the way it should be. You can't choose your what you're offended by. I mean, it's a sign I used to have on my desk is I can't remember exactly what it said because it's not in front of me, but something about you choose to be offended. It's up to you. That's pretty much the gist of it. So yeah, thanks to comedy coming back, making a comeback. Add the claps and applause here. All that kind of stuff there. Scratch my ear a minute. See, when there's no one else to talk to, I have to really vamp, and I'm not a great vamper. So now I'm talking about that I'm scratching my ear just to fill time, and it's entertaining when you hear someone talking about their ear. I understand this. Um, so I gotta cut the entertainment down a little bit, leave you in suspense. Maybe I'll scratch my nose, but in a way you don't know what I'm doing. So it's one of these things. It's improv. That's just how improv rolls. So that's how we're pretty much gonna do it. You see, I separated that sentence with a coffee sip. That is a pro move right there. People wouldn't understand that, but I did it, and that's how it's gonna be. I was thinking about talking to AI tonight, but I'm still a little bitter with the voice AI. Don't get me wrong. I'm still using AI a ton in at work and in just random stuff. But that voice thing that still was a little freaky. How it stole Tack's voice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back a couple episodes. It was really weird. Don't know how it did it, why it did it, but it did it. It took his voice and mimicked him. It was kind of like it was kind of creepy. So I haven't gone back. Although since we did our AI show, there have been improvements to I think both ChatGPT and Grok got big voice updates. I think ChatGPT got the biggest voice update. So that might be fun to talk to, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't think. I don't think. This is just gonna be a very quick show. I think I'm hitting soon at the half an hour mark. It might be a good spot to stop. I don't want to. I don't want to hurt your guys' ears by having to listen to this. I mean, no one's made it this far. Let's just be real here. This is insane talk, and it's not stopping. I don't know why he's not stopping. He keeps talking and talking. It's like, what is he talking about? And this is the craziest tangent ever. He doesn't know where he's going. He didn't even come on a script. This guy is pathetic. It's sad. It's synonyms and another synonym, and we don't need this. We don't need much of this anyway. So we have to stop it, and we have to stop it soon. That's really the only course of action here. I don't know. All right, Drake. What are we? Are we still? Is Drake still? I will admit one thing. One thing. I haven't even listened to the song. Everyone's talking about the Janice uh, STFU. I'm not going to say the words because it's horribly offensive, and I don't want to be offensive to those out there. I love and respect you all, so I won't do that to you. But Janice uh, is I can't think of the rhythm now, but it's a good hook. It's a good melody. Not even the hook necessarily because I don't even know the whole hook. But there's that little melody it kind of is an earworm kind of melody. So I honestly, right hand up to God, have not listened to the lyrics for this song at all. The hook, I only know the like main thing, and off the top of my head right now, I can't even think of what the hook is. But I hummed it a couple times this week. I'll admit it. Okay, I'll admit it. As much of a Drake hater as I am, unfairly hating the guy because I hate him as a person and his voice and the fact that he ghostwrites or he uses a ghostwriter. I think that's pathetic, to be honest, for a hip hop artist. For a singer, I can understand it a little more, although I still don't even really like that. But there's been some amazing songs out there that were covers or that had other writers that were performed amazingly. And I guess that's why I don't say that he's like horrible kind of guy, horrible artist, and all this other stuff. He is, but I think he is kind of just like a pop star. He's not really hip hop. And I wouldn't say hip hop at all. I'd say rap. Maybe he's like a rapper, which is different than a hip hop artist or an MC. He's a rapper, and not my cup of tea whatsoever. Starting with the voice, which I just can't stand his voice or his flow. Sometimes his flow is okay. There's one of those was it Family Matters during one of the beat switches. His flow was not half bad, but for the most part, it's too repetitious, and I don't know. I really don't like the voice though, and it's mostly the voice. Ask ask Gangstar right there. It's mostly the voice, man. All right, so I didn't really even want to talk about Drake. I don't know how that got twisted into this conversation. I'm just looking for things to say, I guess, and that's what came out. And now I'm going to interrupt this sentence with another sip of coffee, which is beyond rude. It's kind of disgusting, to be honest, because no one wants to hear you sipping coffee. If you wanted to hear someone sipping coffee, go to the freaking diner at 2 a.m. Or you could go there at lunch, too. I mean, I guess breakfast, 2 a.m. to breakfast probably would be the best time if you want to hear someone sipping coffee. If you want to hear someone slurping soda through a straw, I would say that's more the 11:30 and on. That's probably would not be the best time to go to the diner if your goal is to hearing someone slurp coffee. Copy? All right. Check. 10-4. All right. Over and under. I don't know, man. All right. That's really all I got. I mean, let me scroll through the index of my mind because all I have up is last week's notes, which is stuff I've already talked about. Did I talk about everything actually? Hold on. Okay. Last episode, just to recap, was episode 150. Okay. Congrats to us. When our old podcast, with our old podcast, I'll tell you what, we did an old podcast. There's a whole story there. Kind of whack. Some of the stuff, whatever, behind the scenes stuff. Um, kind of there was kind of some woke kind of like offensive kind of, yeah, you know what, yeah, it was kind of like that anti comedy and scary movie stuff kind of happened sort of, but regardless how whatever, so okay, it was episode 150, the old podcast that we used to do whenever. I think only got to 152, so there were a good number of episodes obviously, but we will eclipse that. So that's a good thing. I wrote down that The Boys is finally over. We didn't talk about that last week, but the show The Boys is finally over. People were saying, I guess, and really another one of these stupid woke kind of things, but they basically turned Skylander or whatever his name is into Trump or something, and then they said with Trump's real actions, it kind of ruined the finale or something. So they were getting ahead of it by trying to find any excuse they could just so that they could say, oh yeah, well, you know what, to the fans out there, this is going to be really bad, okay, and we blame Trump for it. So we jump on that bandwagon, obviously. So that ended. Arc Raiders. I didn't talk much about it. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but Arc Raiders did do a couple updates. where they added a new trader, but it's like 500 million freaking credits in like Bastion cells and Rocketeer drivers, like big arc enemy parts. That's what you need. That's the only thing he'll accept for this high value shit. And it's like 200,000 or something at least for the lowest item. Although I think there's something that's 5,000. Yeah, it's like $5,000 worth of big arc parts for a mushroom or something crazy. It's like what the hell? So I don't know. They gotta balance that shit a little better. They're making some weird moves. Plus, that they said that they're only going to do the 2 updates a year, and then they came out with, and we're only going to do like weekly updates every 3 weeks. It's like, wait, what? So your weekly updates are every 3 weeks? Okay, that's not weekly then. I don't think. Oh, but we'll still have weekly like hot patch fixes or whatever. Oh, okay, thanks, appreciate it. That's nice of you. Thank you. I wrote down that I was gonna ask Tack if he watched Invincible yet. I didn't mention that. Tack, did you watch Invincible yet? Let us know next episode, or just watch it so we can talk about it. And Joe Rogan apology. I don't know what that is. I wrote down Joe Rogan apology. Why did I write down Joe Rogan apology? Did he apologize? He apologized to Theo Vaughn. Okay, that's why. Yes, that's right. So Joe Rogan came out not too long ago and had Theo Vaughn on the show, who just started talking about. I mean, he was asking logical questions. They just happened to be about Jews, which is something we always ask too. So it's not like it's a crazy question at all. There's a lot of logic to what he's asking, what conclusions he was putting together, and what things he was thinking. And then Joe kind of on air said, "Hey, just chill. Nah, man, it's all right. Just call me after the show. It's all cool, man. There's no reason you're going crazy." And then he came out on another episode, and he was pretty much putting Theo's business out there and saying some other stuff like, "Oh, people say they're doing it to kill themselves. I'm worried he's gonna kill himself and all this other blah 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 blah." And it's like, what? For one, he shouldn't even aired anything or talked about what he was talking about, or at least naming Theo Vaughn in what he was talking about. Um, and then he's kind of putting him down again, kind of making him look like the crazy guy, like Theo's the crazy guy. And it's like a lot of people were saying, "Wow, is fucking Joe Rogan bought and paid for right now? What the fuck kind of take is he doing? He's not being the open-minded Joe Rogan that he usually is, and thinking logically and saying things that shouldn't be said." But it's kind of a Theo Von thing. So I guess he came out just a couple days ago, and I get before I went to camp though. This last week, I guess. And he apologized to Theo on air, not to Theo's face or anything, but he put it out there that he is sorry for what he did and blah blah blah. He wasn't thinking of it, and his mind wasn't in the right place when he said that. I don't know, bro. I know he does a long show. I mean, right now, you try to fill time like what I'm doing. I'm just trying to say things. So I understand, but I don't know. Something's still sus about Joe Rogan lately, man. So we'll see. We'll see. Not that I've listened to much Joe Rogan lately, but when something about it hits the news, I'll pay a little bit of attention. I should start. I do get the Tim Dillon clips a lot on my TikTok feed. It's another thing that hit the algorithm, so every now and then I get those kind of peppered in. And that motherfucker's still funny as ball sack, and you can't tell me that ball sack ain't funny, bro. I mean, ball sack, Balzac, however you want to say it, whatever you want to do to it, let me know. But it's funny. So, so I don't know. Was there? That's all I had written down. I don't know where to end this. I can't. I don't think I can end this now. I have to just keep talking. So, all right, let me sing a song. This is a song I wrote in 1970 or 1987. Sneaking round, creeping down in the basement. Try not to make a peep or a sound. Out for tasting blood. Face it, you done. I'm way sick. You snug and Betty by. Plus, don't know I came in. I'm bugged, my heart racing. Love when I plunge the razor blade in. All right, this is getting a little sick, I think. Let me interrupt here. What is he? What am I talking about here? Okay, this was a Halloween track. I just happened to randomly skip to one of my lyric things in my book. I haven't labeled by the date I created it, so I didn't know exactly what this one was. But that's a creepy one to just turn to and start saying out loud on the pod. So for that, I apologize. I will redo that. I played that song actually at the end of some of our shows. I think around Halloween time. But yeah, that's a Halloween song that I made about the perspective of a serial killer who sneaks into people's houses and kills people. It's really kind of sad and scary what happens when he kills people like that. So stay tuned, Halloween time, to hear the rest. That's the teaser right there. We're teasing Halloween, and it's not even June yet. That's how we roll here on the Lost Boys podcast with Ghost and Tat. Oh, he's not here right now. And I wasn't even wearing my glasses this whole episode. These aren't really real glasses. These are kind of just faux glasses. But I like the old school. Jesus. I like the old school 80s hip hop kind of big frame kind of look of these Johns. And I'll call them Johns. I'm not afraid anymore. You hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. Name the movie and win pride in the knowledge that you have of movies. Seasonal movie. Not Halloween though. I will say that. All right, I don't know. I can't. I don't know much, but I think we're gonna end this show because I'll put you guys out of your misery, or I'll put me out of my misery. However the phrase goes in this situation, I'm gonna stop and allow you all to get back to your life where you can enjoy the peace and quiet without hearing this onslaught. All right. Appreciate y'all listening. Love that you listened. Where's my thing? Okay, I do have an official outro, so I just have to turn to it again. I was flipping through lyrics and I lost my space spot here. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Solo Lost Boys podcast tonight. Make sure you head to lostboysociety.org where you can check out our podcast archive, check out the video archive on YouTube, and, of course, join the Discord, which is where you can chat it up with our community and us all week long. I'm in there sometimes, too, maybe sometimes. Check Joel Logan's stuff out. I would big up Joel Logan. He's out there 3D printing like a beast and making the most outrageously cool shit I've seen. A lot of Fallout stuff lately. And he flips it too. You might be able to reach out to him if you want some really cool 3D prints. He's getting quite the hang of it, doing really good work there. But yeah, join the Discord. All right, thanks again to our live viewers and chatters tonight. We are live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch at Lost Boys Society. And of course, you could find us wherever you find your podcast. Just search for Lost Boys. If you got to scroll a little bit, do so, but look for the little black and red thumbnail. That's us. And be sure to subscribe, like, follow, share, star, comment, review, and favorite it. Hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell. Do it. All right. Tack, as always, thank you for being here. Love you, bro. Oh, he's not here. But I still love you, bro. And I hope you are having a wonderful weekend in Orlando. I'm not sure. He didn't. I don't think he specified exactly what he's doing in Orlando. I guess there's really only two things to do in Orlando: Universal or Disney. So maybe we'll get the update next week. To everyone else, good night. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you have a pleasant morning, evening, afternoon, weekend, weekday, work hour, lunch break, happy hour, or whatever the hell time it is, or whatever the hell you're doing. Time is really just a human construct, though, so you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But I hope you all have a wonderful whatever, and tune in next week. Tack will be back. We'll be back here next Thursday to keep the show rolling with 152, which again I think matches us up with our old number. So we're gonna beat it. We're gonna do 153 and then quit. It's all over after that. So listen now while you can. All right, no, that's not true. I hope. But let's bid you a farewell. I did that already. In fact, you need to stop talking. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking, but you really need to. Okay, I'm gonna stop right now. That was crazy. Take it easy, y'all. Here's the outro song, which I didn't do yet, so it might be something weird. Have a good night. Peace out.